Hey guys, is this thing on? My name's Sarah, and thanks so much for coming to visit. I am obsessed with these oils, and so I've just been shouting it from the rooftops. I am so grateful for the science and for the research that all the advisory board team members have done to really develop these essential oils and really make it breaking news and bring it past the point that the existing essential oils on the market has brought us to. And I have been a longtime user of essential oils, well, for about 7 years. So I've had my dabble here and there. Anyways, I realized that I needed some help, and it really it took me a long time to get to that point, because I always assumed that all these essential oil companies on the market, they did a reasonably good job creating and marketing their oils. And I figured they're all kind of similar. Maybe some companies, are the higher pure therapeutic quality, whatever. But so I always had the best intentions, and I always thought and assumed that these companies had the best intentions. Anyways, so like what I said, I would use them and put them to use on my clients and foot zoning and my family, especially with diffusers and applying it to their skin and whatnot. Anyways, about 1.5 years ago, I realized I was broken. Here I am, a really experienced science health fanatic that comes from an awesome alternative healthcare family, and I realized I was getting no relief. My allergies were getting worse. I was getting headaches or migraines occasionally, and I knew that something needed to be adjusted. But I just always assumed that essential oils were God's gifts, so I never steered away from that. Anywho, I was invited to a get-together that one of my friends invited, and it was a different brand. And I was really reluctant because I had family members who, signed me up in another big company and whatnot. And I was really reluctant to go. But I figured, hey, maybe if she's got any oils on hand, I could purchase them and save in shipping, And so I just decided that I might be open to it. Anyways, come to find out, I was like the only one who, even thought about buying an oil. So I really kind of felt a little pressure to just, be a good friend and just purchase some oils. Anyhow, I purchased 2 bottles of oils, and I brought them home and I incorporated them. Because like what I said, I was out of the other brand, the other companies that I used. So I started incorporating them, and I was impressed. My allergies started clearing up. I started getting relief. I started detoxifying more. I really started, it started intriguing me. But, like what I said, I had family members in the other company, and I did not want to make waves. That was the last thing I wanted to do. Anyways, so I decided what's the harm in purchasing Essential 9-pack, which is what I recommend on my website. Anywho, I purchased one of those. And so then 3 days later, I got it, started incorporating it, just tested it out, because I had a plethora, I had a stash of essential oils from other companies. And the last thing I want to do is, not do my research. Anyways, so I started incorporating them, and right off the bat, I knew that something was different. I knew that less needed to be applied. They seemed off the bat kind of to be more efficient. And so I didn't have to diffuse, put much drops in my diffusers. And if my kids have any respiratory problems, it started clearing up faster. My foot zoning clients got better results. Anyways, so it really intrigued me, and but I wanted to be open. So I decided to look more in the background of the company, and so I looked into the company. The company started out as Zyja from Ken Bradsford. Anyways, he had a previous nutritional company that did very successful, Nature's Sunshine. I'm sure some people have heard of it. Anyways, but he moved on and he created Zyja, which is a Moringa oleifera corn nutritional. Anywho, and so just recently, about a year and a half ago, they started off and created an Ameo essential oil. And he incorporated Dr. Plant, which is a Harvard graduate, into that research. Anyways, so they started focusing and honing in on a way to develop clinical grade essential oils for a fraction of the price in order to market it to the consumer. Huge. Most companies didn't want to take that on because it was a huge deal and a huge money investment initial cost. Anyways, Ken did. And lo and behold, they patented their technology and their way of proving that these oils are clinical grade and cell active and cell permeable, which is huge, huge. Most people assume that their essential oils that they spend good money on go directly and straight into the cell. But, however, thank goodness for our skin's protective qualities, not everything can just go straight into our cells, which is great. That's such a blessing because it can save our body from, you know, lots of toxins and stuff like that. But the thing is certain things you want to penetrate in the cell, and essential oils are one of those things. And it was a huge moment for me when I realized that, you know what? Essential oils have to have a certain consistency in Daltons and molecular structure and whatnot in order for it to even enter in the cell. Most essential oils are at 200, but it takes about 600 to 700 molecular pressure, I believe, to enter in. That's huge. So most of the oils that we use, they don't necessarily go in. And so it was mind-changing for me, because what I realized is I don't need tons of essential oils. I just need really good ones. I don't need to have closets full of like 200 different essential oils. As long as I have really good ones on hand, you know, 50 is okay. 50 different types of essential oils, that's plenty. I can really get the job done with that. And it really brought the simplicity back into my foot zoning career and into like being a mom and being a friend. And I really was grateful that I stepped out of the dark and just tried something new. And at first I was nervous to tell my sister and whatnot, but you know, I realized that there can be contaminants in oils. And you know, sometimes companies focus on just getting so big that they really don't keep touching base on making sure that it's pure, or making sure that there's impurities in it. And I'm just grateful that I found this company, because look at me. I usually am a snot-nosed mess scratching my face off with allergy symptoms or a headache or whatnot. But I decided to change, and I decided to try something new. And I am so grateful for it. And that's why I'm shooting from the rooftops.